your recollections may vary, a royal recap. In this week's Wild World of the Windsors, we'll discuss the Spencer family's efforts to reunite Prince William and Harry.
The Prince's transformation, from beloved rebel to overshadowed husband. Prince Harry. Once, he was the cheeky, rebellious royal. He charmed the world with his mischievous grin and down-to-earth nature. He connected with people, showing genuine empathy and warmth. He was just Harry, the people's prince. Then came Meghan. The American actress, confident and ambitious, swept Harry off his feet. Their love story was a fairy tale, captivating hearts worldwide. But the fairy tale had a darker side.
More trademark trouble for American Riviera Orchard, and a new most popular royal is crowned. You might just be surprised. Plus more. I'm Kinsey Schofield, here with Kevin O'Sullivan. You watch us together on his talk program, The Political Asylum with Kevin O'Sullivan. So double the trouble, double the fun. Hi, Kevin.
Hi, Kinsey.
We love to talk about the royal family. I have so much fun with you when we talk about the royal family. We specifically have really gone in lately on Meghan Markle's American Riviera Orchard. Here we are, September, nothing available for sale on her website, and the Daily Express reporting that she's had another U.S. trademark rejection. Just hearing that headline alone, what's your first reaction?
Well, I think the American Riviera Orchard saga is extraordinary. I mean, she launched it amid much fanfare back in March. So what is that, 6 months or so? She still has not sold a single item, and that is on the basis that there is not a single item for sale. Nothing has been put up for sale on this extraordinary lifestyle website. We learn that she's been trying to sort of register everything that she wants to sell, right down to sort of whisks and spoons and cutlery and so on and so forth. But there's no doubt about it. This great website that was going to make her a fortune is just not happening. It's not working. Never mind her copyright problems that she's got right now. I think it's a question of supply. It's a question of marketing. It's a question of sales. She hasn't got this business together properly. She didn't plan it properly. It is not in a proper state now. It is almost unique for a business to be launched and 6 months later not to be in business. So American Riviera Orchard may struggle to even ever start, as far as I can see.
Yeah, Kevin's like, it's not going to get off the ground. It's going. I mean, what I love on your show is sometimes you'll just say to me, Kinsey, what's the latest update? What's available on the website? Like with a little tinge of, cattiness, because we know the answer is nothing. Let's get into some of the boring technical stuff, though. She's been given 3 months to respond to the non-final officer action issued by the United States Patent and Trademark Office. Failure to do so could result in her application being abandoned. So as you just pointed out, I'm looking forward to the launch of American Riviera Orchard in 2029. And despite reporting otherwise,
Harry's transformation was swift. The once carefree prince seemed subdued, his mischievous spark dimmed. He appeared withdrawn, often standing slightly behind Meghan, a strained smile on his face. The change was palpable. Whispers began. Had Harry lost himself in the shadow of his wife? Was the prince, once so full of life, now overshadowed by Meghan's undeniable presence? The questions lingered, a cloud over the Sussex's once bright horizon.
through People magazine initially, I believe, Meghan must pay another $700 after failing to pay the correct fee initially. People had reported recently that she was all caught up financially in chasing these trademarks. Another reason why there was a failed bid is this requirement to amend the identification of goods, a multiple class application requirement, and a requirement to disclaim Riviera's description or descriptive wording. Anyone applying for a U.S. trademark runs the risk of refusal because the mark is geographically descriptive and could prevent others from being able to describe their products. I heard a lawyer saying this, like Riviera, American Riviera Orchard. She said, first of all, it's a mouthful. Then Riviera, a lot of people identify their location as Riviera, so that she's going to come up against that. But like you said, whisks, pots and pans, you know, blatant, the vague term cooking utensils. Jeff Bezos must be shaking in his boots. Like, I've always wanted a Duchess of Sussex soap dispenser to wash away my sins. That's a long list of like random items. Don't you think she's taken on too much?
I do believe that she has, and you have to think, well, why didn't she think of this before? Why is this cropping up 6 months in? This business was not planned. And as you imply there, Kinsey, what Meghan's trying to do is she's trying to run before she can walk. So she's trying to launch American Riviera Orchard as if it's Amazon, you know, a massive company. You can get everything here. Here, thousands and thousands of things are for sale. Look at the Kardashians, the way they sell things. They sell small and fast. They just put a little item on sale and it's sold out very quickly. And if it sells out, they put it on again. They're very astute like that. Meghan doesn't seem to have learnt from the Kardashians, and therefore this business is not in business. It's extraordinary, and it's typical of Meghan, isn't it? You know, she's a flippity-gibbet. She starts something, then she forgets it. So she launched this website. It clearly wasn't ready to be launched, and yet she insisted on doing it. Then what was it? A month later, she sends a few pots of jam to her best friends, 50 of her influencer friends, most of whom just chucked it in the bin. Then she sent out some plant-based dog biscuits or something. I mean, what on earth does she think she's playing at? This business is not in business.
The dog biscuits, like within hours after the Princess of Wales announces she's going to be at Trooping.
Yeah.
It's so predictable. But you're right about the Kardashians, because then after they launch just those few items and the website crashes, that becomes a story.
Yeah.
They're sold out, that becomes a story. And despite the fact that there were so few items, like if you look at Hailey Bieber's website right now, everybody talks about her new beauty line.
Growing tensions. Whispers behind the palace walls. Behind the carefully curated public image, cracks were appearing. Sources close to the couple whispered of growing tensions. Harry, they said, was increasingly frustrated. He felt sidelined, his voice lost in the narrative Meghan crafted. The prince, once comfortable in the spotlight, now shied away. He seemed ill at ease during public engagements.
She's got maybe 15, 20 products on the website, and things sell out quickly, and that becomes the story, that you weren't able to get your hands on it, and now everybody's just kind of salivating, waiting for the next drop. Can you believe that there has been a shift when it comes to the UK's favorite royal? I would have assumed for the rest of my life that it would be Catherine, the Princess of Wales.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not entirely surprised by it, although Kate is enduringly popular, so is William. But isn't Princess Anne showing them a head of steam or something? Is it Princess Anne?
No, it's actually Prince William.
Is it William? William
is dominating right now. So congratulations to Prince William. Maybe Prince Harry should contact William for image consulting, since William is at the top of the list and Harry and Meghan comfy at the bottom with Uncle Andrew. Also, the YouGov survey, this was over 2,000 people that were asked, found Prince William just ahead of his wife with 75%, the Princess of Wales 74%, but you're absolutely right, and the Princess Royal 71%. And Harry and Meghan actually aren't the least popular, thanks to Prince Andrew, 60% giving an unfavorable opinion of Prince Harry, 63% said they did not like Meghan Markle. Is this because Prince William has handled cancer between his father and his wife so gracefully? Is it because we see him more often?
I'll tell you what I think about Prince William and his popularity. First of all, there's no doubt whatsoever he's the cleverest member of the royal family. You know, by their standards, he's the intellectual of the clan. Because of his cleverness, he's able to handle situations in the limelight with consummate skill. And so, therefore, he's had a very difficult path to tread recently, obviously because of his dad and because of his wife. And he is handling that to perfection. The people admire him. They admire his bravery in these adverse conditions. And the way he always has a smile for everyone. So unlike Harry, who I think finds it very difficult to work out whether or not to put his right foot or his left foot forward. You know, Harry is as intellectually ungifted as William is gifted. Harry is struggling because he's dim.
His gaze distant. The change in his demeanor was impossible to ignore. Sources spoke of heated arguments, of Harry expressing his unhappiness. He felt trapped, torn between his love for Meghan and his own desires. The fairy tale was crumbling, the prince's frustration mounting. The weight of the situation was taking its toll. Harry, once the epitome of carefree charm, now seemed burdened, a shadow of his former self. The prince was lost, adrift in a sea of his own making.
Because he's thick. He can't work out how to work his way through the difficult media scene. And, you know, we hear that he's constantly furious with these various image advisors in America, you know, and that's why he's looking to Britain to see if somebody can help him over here. Now, William is intelligent enough to listen. You don't need image advisors. Be yourself. Be a decent person and people will like you. Why is Prince Andrew the only person that's less popular than Meghan and Harry? It's because he's probably the only member of the royal family who's a worse person than both of them. I mean, they're unpopular because they're not very nice. You know, look at what they've done. Look at what they've done. Look at his book. Harry, you know, we're hearing now is, you know, maybe trying to hand out olive branches to reforge his relationship with the royal family, just as the paperback version of his nasty little book Spare is coming out for Christmas. How is he going to reforge friendships with the royal family with that venomous novel, that venomous tome out on sale again? And they say, oh, it was so nice of Harry because he didn't add anything to the book. So that was a real olive branch to the royal family. Was it hell? Was it hell? While that book's on sale, no one in the royal family is going to want to talk to him. And he wants to get popular again in Britain. He used to be popular because he was just himself. He was a fun-loving lad with a laugh and a smile for everyone and a joke. He didn't take life too seriously. Now he's turned into this pompous little psycho-babble spewing West Coast idiot going on about first responders and God knows what. And he's just not likeable. And as for his wife, I don't think I have to explain how unlikable she is. Look what they've done. I mean, you can't sit there in California and start calling the royal family racists, start calling all of Britain racists, and then expect us to go, oh, forget all about that. He has made his bed and he's going to have to lie on it.
Public smiles, private frowns, Meghan's spotlight, and Harry's discontent. Meghan, meanwhile, thrived in the spotlight. She seemed to be in her element, radiating confidence and grace. She was a natural, captivating audiences with her charisma and eloquence. Her speeches were always well received, and her presence commanded attention. Her confidence, however, seemed to exacerbate Harry's insecurities. He often appeared lost in thought, his expressions betraying a sense of unease. Every successful public engagement, every glowing headline, seemed to push him further into the shadows. The more Meghan shone, the more Harry seemed to fade. One incident in particular highlighted the growing rift. For not asserting himself within the relationship, they argued, Harry was losing his identity and becoming a mere shadow of his former self. The speculation continued, fueled by every public appearance, every whispered rumor. Each event was a new chapter in the ongoing saga of their lives. The world watched, waiting with bated breath to see what the future held for the once golden couple. Their journey was far from over, and the next steps they took would be crucial in defining their legacy.